At a certain age, you're just done. Done being talked to like a child, by your own family. They talk to you like you're still a child. Little comments at the table, in the group chat, or on the phone. You feel yourself shrinking or quietly burning with anger. It's not just what they say, it's what it does to your self-respect. You start asking, do I tolerate this? Or quietly step back and protect my dignity? Marcus Aurelius faced constant judgment and criticism, and he had a way to protect his dignity without exploding and without begging for respect. That's the perspective we'll use today. You'll learn a Stoic way to respond when family talks down to you. A simple inner move before you answer, so you can set boundaries calmly. Keep your self-respect, and stop replaying the conversation all night. It starts with separating what they say from what you decide it means about you. The first step is simple but powerful. Separate what they say from what it actually means about you. When your sibling dismisses your opinion at the dinner table, or your parent makes that offhand comment again, it's easy to take it personally. But their words are a reflection of their own habits, their own frustrations. They are not your worth. Notice your initial reaction. Without judgment, feel the heat rise, or the urge to argue, and let it pass. This tiny pause is the core of Stoic self-respect. You're not ignoring the comment. You're choosing how much it's allowed to touch you. Step 2 is quiet boundary setting, not the kind most people argue about. After that same kind of comment, you don't need a speech, a blow-up, or a perfect comeback. The first boundary is inside. You remind yourself calmly, you don't decide my worth. From that place, your behavior can stay simple. You might let the comment pass without chasing it. You might change the subject. You might excuse yourself to refill a drink or step into another room. From the outside, it looks ordinary, but inside, it's different. You're no longer sitting there absorbing every jab as a verdict on who you are. You're not punishing them. You're protecting the part of you that's tired of being belittled. In a moment, we'll look at how to respond in words, without lecturing, without begging, or exploding. Imagine this. It's Sunday dinner. You share an idea about a family trip, and your sibling immediately dismisses it with a sarcastic remark. Normally, your chest tightens, your voice rises, and you feel the urge to argue. Instead, you pause. You separate their words from your value. Their sarcasm reflects their mood, their habits. It does not reflect your worth. Next, you set your boundary. Quietly, you decide, I will not escalate. I will not internalize this. From there, you have options. You can respond calmly, or you can simply let the comment pass and turn your attention back to the rest of the table. By combining awareness with an internal boundary, you reclaim your calm. The conversation continues, but you remain grounded. You've kept your dignity, without drama. And tomorrow, this remark won't be replaying in your mind all day. The third step is a mental shift, reframing what's actually happening. Instead of thinking, they're disrespecting me, try this. This is their view, not my reality. When your parent or sibling makes a cutting remark, imagine it like a cloud passing through the sky. You notice it, but you don't grab onto it. This simple change in perspective takes the sting out of the moment. You remain calm. Your self-respect stays intact, and the words lose their power to linger. Over time, this reframing becomes automatic. You carry conversations lightly, even when subtle disrespect surfaces. You respond from dignity, not irritation. You're back at the table, the same family, the same room, the same patterns. A comment lands, A little joke about how you're too sensitive, or how you still haven't figured things out. You feel that familiar surge in your chest, the mix of anger, shame, and the urge to defend yourself. This time you use all 3 steps together. First, you notice the reaction rising inside you. You feel the heat, the tension in your shoulders. You don't judge it, you just see it. Second, you set an internal boundary. I will not escalate. I will not turn this into a scene. I can choose how I respond. Third, you reframe what they said. This is their view, not my reality. These are their habits, not a verdict on my worth. You take a slow breath. Maybe you answer with a short, neutral reply. Maybe you gently redirect the conversation. Or maybe you simply let the remark pass, without feeding it. On the outside, almost nothing dramatic happens. But inside, everything is different. You stay grounded. Your self-respect stays intact. You've shown yourself that you can be in the same room, hear the same patterns, and no longer be ruled by them. Over time, this becomes your new default. Calm awareness, quiet boundaries, and a clear sense of who you are, even when family still talks down to you. Think about what starts to change if you keep practicing this. Not once, but over weeks and months. The same family, the same house, the same habits in their voices. But you are not the same. Little by little, you stop dreading every visit. You know there might be a comment, a joke, a small dismissal, but you also know you have tools now. Awareness, an inner boundary, and a calmer story about what their words really mean. You start to notice that the remarks don't sit inside you for days anymore. You recover faster. You sleep better after seeing them. You walk away feeling more like an adult with a choice and less like a child being judged. This is what Marcus Aurelius was pointing to when he said that our mind becomes dyed with the color of our thoughts. Each time you refuse to swallow their disrespect as truth, you are changing that color. Slowly, quietly, but for good. The family may never fully understand you. They may never apologize. But you no longer build your worth on their approval. Over time, what grows is a calm kind of authority. You can sit at the same table, hear the same patterns, and still feel steady, self-respecting, and free inside your own life. Before we end, here are 3 tiny exercises you can practice right now or the next time you walk into that room. First, pause deliberately before responding. When a comment lands, don't react instantly. Take one slow breath, feel your feet on the floor, notice the pause. Their words are not a command. They are just words. You get to choose the next move. Second, set an internal boundary. Ask yourself silently, what am I willing to accept? And what do I let go? You don't need to say it out loud, just know it, inside. Third, reframe what you heard. Notice the thought that arose. Watch it like a cloud passing through the sky. It appears, it moves, it dissolves. This is their perspective, not my reality. These aren't dramatic gestures, they are quiet shifts in attention that, over time, become calm authority. There's one more part the Stoics understood well. You're not just changing thoughts, you're changing the weight you carry. For years you may have left these gatherings replaying every comment, lying in bed, driving home, doing chores, hearing the same lines again and again, as if they were proof that something is wrong with you. From a Stoic view, that replay is optional. The comment happened once. Everything after that is the mind repeating it, coloring your whole day with someone else's habits. Now imagine this instead. A remark lands. You feel the sting. You notice it. You set your inner boundary. You reframe what was said. And when you leave, You don't keep feeding it. You might still remember it, but you don't keep arguing with it in your head. You don't turn it into a private courtroom where you're always on trial. Marcus Aurelius kept reminding himself, you have power over your mind, not outside events. When you let the replay fade, you're not excusing their behavior. You're choosing not to sacrifice your peace to it. This is the quiet freedom Stoicism offers in family life. The same house, the same voices, the same old patterns, but inside, less replay, less tension, less weight. You walk away, not needing them to change, for you to feel like a steady, self-respecting adult in your own life. You don't have to turn every family visit into a battle, and you also don't have to keep shrinking yourself to keep the peace. The Stoics would say, your real work is here, in how you see, how you respond, and what you refuse to carry home. Marcus Aurelius wrote that our mind becomes dyed with the color of our thoughts. If you keep coloring your mind with, I'm not respected, I'm small, I'm failing, you walk into every room already on trial. But if you start to color it with, I see what's happening, I choose my response, my worth is not decided at this table, then the same comments land in a very different place. You're not waiting for family to finally understand you. You're building a steady inner life that doesn't rise and fall with every raised eyebrow or subtle jab. If this spoke to you, and you want to go deeper into holding boundaries without blowing up your relationships, the next video I'd recommend is about setting calm, firm family boundaries. How to say this is not acceptable for me anymore without turning it into a war. For now, remember this. You can't control their tone. You can't rewrite their history. But you can choose what you accept, what you let pass, and how much of your one life you're willing to spend replaying old scenes. That choice, quietly, consistently, is where your self-respect starts to feel real, no matter how they speak to you. Family dynamics don't change overnight. Some people may never speak differently, they may never soften their tone, they may never fully see you, but your peace does not require their transformation. It requires your steadiness. The Stoics understood something simple and liberating. Dignity is internal. It is not granted by approval. It is not removed by criticism. When someone talks down to you, you are not being reduced unless you agree to shrink. And you don't have to. You can sit at that table, stand in that kitchen, answer that phone call, and remain composed, not because you are cold, not because you are detached, but because you know who you are. And when that becomes your anchor, family words lose their weight. You stop fighting for space. You stop defending your value. You simply carry yourself with quiet strength. And over time, that calm becomes your reputation, not the one who reacts, not the one who argues, but the one who cannot be diminished. That is Stoic self-respect. And it begins the moment you decide your calm matters more than their tone. If this resonated with you, we'll continue exploring how to handle family disrespect with calm strength and quiet authority. Stay with us.